Mars right now is a very harsh environment for life. But could it have hosted life at some point? That is what NASA has been investigating for over 40 years. In this video, we will go over everything that was discovered by NASA on the Martian surface and how these discoveries will change everything. To put you in perspective, NASA has sent 5 successful Martian rovers to explore the red planet starting in 1997, after the previous stationary landers, the Viking 1 and 2. NASA's Mars program was started with 4 goals in mind: determine if life ever existed on the red planet, study the atmosphere, study the soil composition, and prepare for future human missions. Pathfinder, Opportunity, and Spirit had a follow-the-water approach, searching the areas that they believed were covered in water. Curiosity was then sent to determine if Mars had the right chemical ingredients for life. And finally, Perseverance was sent to look for biological signatures that must have been left if life ever existed. In 1997, the Sojourner rover was sent on board the Pathfinder spacecraft with the mission of testing the suitability of the equipment designed by NASA to operate on Mars so they can calibrate them for future Martian missions. From there, it took around 550 different photographs. It discovered grounded pebbles at the landing site that are formed by running water. Using radio tracking of Mars, Pathfinder provided a precise measure of the lander's location and Mars pole rotation. These measurements suggested that the radius of the planet's central metallic core is between 1,300 and 2,000 kilometers. It observed early morning water ice clouds in the lower atmosphere and abrupt temperature fluctuations as the day progressed. Finally, it discovered that the airborne dust is magnetic due to the presence of a chemical compound called ferrous oxide, Fe2O3. In January 2004, Spirit and Opportunity were sent to opposite sides of Mars, to locations that were believed to have a wet history. The 2 rovers were identical, that's why they were called the Twin Rovers. They carried identical scientific instruments but were sent to different locations due to Earth's proximity to Mars at the time, to take advantage of the small window of opportunity. They studied the rocks in the atmosphere and discovered that long ago Mars was much wetter, warmer, and that conditions could have sustained microbial life. At some locations, it was discovered that rocks were formed in the presence of water and a thicker CO2 atmosphere. It was also discovered that the water had near neutral pH, whereas in other areas it was extremely acidic for life to form. While dragging its front effective wheel, Spirit came across 90% pure silica, which is a precious raw material for glass production for future human missions on the red planet. Veins of gypsum rock, which indicated flowing water at some point. And finally, clay formations which formed a neutral pH water, which indicates the friendliest life conditions. In November 2011, Curiosity rover landed on the surface of Mars, with the mission of determining if Mars had the right chemical composition for life. While landing, it demonstrated the first successful utilization of the sky elevator mechanism for landing a rover. During its mission, it took a lot of high-quality images and even has its own Facebook page. It found evidence for the persistent flow of water by analyzing pebble rocks. Equipped with advanced scientific instruments, it carried out a series of analyses of Martian samples and tested these samples using its own spectrometer, and conclusively discovered that Mars had the right chemistry for life, specifically sulfur, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, carbon, and hydrogen. It also found evidence for the presence of organic material in the rocks and in the air, specifically methane, which could have formed either by microbes or by natural chemical processes. Finally, it discovered high levels of radiation which could pose risk to humans, helping NASA plan better for protective gear for future human missions. In February 2021, NASA's latest and most advanced rover, Perseverance, lands on Mars. While it hasn't been on the surface of Mars for that long, the Perseverance rover has made a number of startling discoveries. Using this oxygen generator, Perseverance has managed to create pure oxygen on the surface of Mars using raw material from Mars, namely carbon dioxide. This proves two things. Firstly, that you can create breathable oxygen for astronauts for future missions. And secondly, using abundant methane, you have everything you need to refuel rockets to send astronauts back home. As for future discoveries, we expect Perseverance to look for biological signatures and hopefully find them, package it, and send it back to Earth for further analysis. And let's not forget about Ingenuity, or Genie, the Martian helicopter. This is the first aircraft to fly on another world. It has its own solar panel and is designed to take off, move around, take pictures, and land independently without human control. And there you have it, everything we discovered on Mars. Mars had a thicker, warmer atmosphere with liquid water at some point, most of which evaporated into space. It has all the ingredients necessary for life, and it could have hosted microbial life at some point. Are you satisfied with what we discovered? Or would you have been more satisfied if, say, Curiosity took a selfie with an alien? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe to this channel to support it. And see you next time. Have a good one.